This video is about famous Hollywood celebrities and people who passed away from March to April in 2013 in the United States. Before we proceed, please subscribe to our channel to support us. Annette Fisella, she was born in October 1942 and she died in April 2013. Her age was 70 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death were complications of multiple sclerosis. Annette Fisella rose to fame as one of the original mouseketeers on the Mickey Mouse Club. She became a teen idol in the 1950s and 1960s, starring in a string of beach party movies. Her wholesome image made her a beloved figure in American pop culture. Later in life, she bravely shared her battle with multiple sclerosis. Virginia Gibson, she was born in April 1925 and she died in April 2013. Her age was 88 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was undisclosed. Virginia Gibson began her career as a musical theater performer before transitioning to film. She starred in several musicals in the 1950s, most notably Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. Later, she became a television host for children's programming. Her charm and elegance made her a cherished performer in Hollywood's golden age. Milo OShea, he was born in June 1926 and he died in April 2013. His age was 86 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Milo OShea was a distinguished stage and screen actor known for his work on both sides of the Atlantic. He gained acclaim for his portrayal of Leopold Bloom in Ulysses and had a memorable role in The Verdict. With his expressive eyes and dramatic flair, OShea became a familiar face in film and television. He was celebrated for his versatility and charisma. Malachi Throne, he was born in December 1928 and he died in March 2013. His age was 84 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was lung cancer. Malachi Throne had a prolific career in television and film, especially in the 1960s and 1970s. He was known for his distinctive voice and commanding presence. His roles in Batman and Star Trek earned him a loyal fan base. He was also a frequent guest star on various sci-fi and drama series. Jonathan Winters, he was born in November 1925 and he died in April 2013. His age was 87 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Jonathan Winters was a groundbreaking comedian known for his improvisational genius. He influenced generations of performers, including Robin Williams. Winters was a master of character voices and zany humor. His career spanned television, stand-up, film, and voice acting. He remains a towering figure in American comedy. Frank Beck, he was born in April 1942 and he died in April 2013. His age was 71 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was cancer. Frank Beck was best known for playing Clarence "Lumpy" Rutherford on Leave It to Beaver. His role as a lovable bully made him a staple of classic television. After leaving acting, he pursued a career in finance. Despite the change, he remained a cherished figure among fans of the show. Alan Arbus, he was born in February 1918 and he died in April 2013. His age was 95 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was congestive heart failure. Alan Arbus was an accomplished actor best known for playing Dr. Sidney Friedman on MASH. Before acting, he was a successful photographer with his first wife, Diane Arbus. His thoughtful portrayal of psychiatrist on the hit series earned him acclaim. Arbus brought depth and humanity to his roles. Arthur Storch, he was born in June 1925 and he died in March 2013. His age was 87 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Arthur Storch was a respected actor and theater director. He appeared in films like The Exorcist, but was more influential behind the scenes. Storch founded Syracuse Stage, a major regional theater. He mentored generations of performers and directors. Bonnie Franklin, she was born in January 1944 and she died in March 2013. Her age was 69 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was pancreatic cancer. Bonnie Franklin starred as Anne Romano in the groundbreaking sitcom One Day at a Time. Her portrayal of a single mother navigating life with her daughters was a cultural touchstone. She was also active on Broadway and in television guest roles. Franklin was admired for her warmth and feminist values. Roger Ebert, he was born in June 1942 and he died in April 2013. His age was 70 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was cancer. Roger Ebert was a pioneering film critic, known for his accessible style and deep love of cinema. He was the first film critic to win a Pulitzer Prize and brought movie criticism to television with Gene Siskel. Ebert's writing was influential and widely respected. Even after losing his voice to cancer, he continued writing with unwavering passion. Bobby Rogers, he was born in February 1940 and he died in March 2013. His age was 73 at the time of his death and the reason for his death were complications from diabetes. Bobby Rogers was a founding member of the Motown group, The Miracles. He co-wrote several hits including The Way You Do, The Things You Do. Known for his harmonies and stage presence, Rogers was a key figure in Motown's golden age. His voice helped define a generation of soul music. Larry Felzer, he was born in April 1933 and he died in April 2013. His age was 80 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was heart failure. Larry Felzer was a prominent football writer who covered the Buffalo Bills and the NFL for decades. He was known for his insightful commentary and deep knowledge of the game. Felzer was a respected voice in sports journalism and was inducted into the Writers' Ring of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His writing helped shape modern football coverage. Hugh McCracken, he was born in March 1942 and he died in March 2013. His age was 70 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was leukemia. Hugh McCracken was a legendary session guitarist who played on countless classic albums. His versatile playing graced tracks by Paul McCartney, Steely Dan and Aretha Franklin. Though not a household name, his sound was heard by millions. McCracken was revered in the music industry for his artistry and professionalism. Mary Thom, she was born in June 1944 and she died in April 2013. Her age was 68 at the time of her death and the reason for her death was motorcycle accident. Mary Thom was a pioneering feminist editor and writer. She served as editor-in-chief of Ms. Magazine and chronicled the women's movement for decades. Her writing and activism helped shape feminist discourse. Thom was also a passionate motorcyclist, known for her independence and fearless voice. Jimmy Dawkins, he was born in October 1936 and he died in April 2013. His age was 76 at the time of his death and the reason for his death were complications from stroke. Jimmy Dawkins was a respected figure in the Chicago blues scene. Known for his fast, expressive guitar playing, he earned the nickname Fast Fingers. He recorded extensively and toured internationally. Dawkins was also a mentor to younger musicians and ran his own record label to support blues artists. Chang, he was born in July 1970 and he died in April 2013. His age was 42 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was cardiac arrest. Chang was a bassist for the alternative metal band Deftones. His heavy, melodic playing was central to the band's early sound. In 2008, he was severely injured in a car accident, leaving him into a coma. Fans and fellow musicians rallied for his recovery until his passing in 2013. Chang was beloved for his music and spirit. Chrissy Amphlet, she was born in October 1959 and she died in April 2013. Her age was 53 at the time of her death and the reason for her death was breast cancer and multiple sclerosis. Chrissy Amphlet was a fierce and charismatic lead singer of the Divinyls. Known for her bold stage persona and rapsy voice, she was a trailblazer in Australian rock. Her song I Touch Myself became an international hit. She was an outspoken advocate for breast cancer awareness. George Jones, he was born in September 1931 and he died in April 2013. His age was 81 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was hypoxic respiratory failure. George Jones was one of the most influential voices in country music history, known for his emotive vocals and tumultuous personal life. He recorded numerous timeless hits. His song, He Stopped Loving Her Today, is often cited as the greatest country song of all time. Despite battles with addiction, his musical legacy remains unparalleled. Richie Havens, he was born in January 1941 and he died in April 2013. His age was 72 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart attack. Richie Havens was a soulful folk singer known for his passionate performances and rhythmic guitar style. He famously opened the Woodstock Festival in 1969 with an improvised set. Havens' music blended folk, soul, and protest themes. His deep voice and powerful delivery made him a unique voice in American music. Janusz Stalker, he was born in July 1924 and he died in April 2013. His age was 88 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Janusz Stalker was one of the world's foremost cellists, known for his technical precision and emotional expression. He performed globally and taught for decades at Indiana University. His interpretations of Bach and Coley are widely acclaimed. Stalker influenced generations of musicians through performance and pedagogy. Mike Gray, he was born in October 1935 and he died in April 2013. His age was 77 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Mike Gray was a screenwriter and documentarian, best known for co-writing the film China Syndrome. The film's release closely preceded a real-life nuclear incident, adding to its impact. He also created social issue documentaries. Gray was passionate about science, politics, and truth in storytelling. Harry Reams, he was born in August 1947 and he died in March 2013. His age was 65 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was pancreatic cancer. Harry Reams became infamous as the male lead in the 1972 adult film Deep Throat. His prosecution under obscenity laws sparked a national debate on free speech. Reams later left the adult industry, became a Christian, and worked in real estate. His life reflected the cultural turbulence of the 1970s. Deca Richards, he was born in April 1944 and he died in March 2013. His age was 68 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was esophageal cancer. Deca Richards was a key member of the Corporation, a Motown songwriting team. He co-wrote several hits for the Jackson 5, including I Want You Back. His work helped define the label's pop soul sound in the 1970s. Richards also worked with Diana Ross and Martha Reeves. Felzer, he was born in January 1934 and he died in March 2013. His age was 79 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was aneurysm-related complications. Felzer was a legendary music producer with a career spanning over 5 decades. He worked with artists like Billy Joel, Paul Simon, and Frank Sinatra. Known for his innovative studio techniques, he won multiple Grammy Awards. Ramon was one of the most influential producers in modern music history. Jack Green, he was born in January 1930 and he died in March 2013. His age was 83 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was Alzheimer's disease. Jack Green was a country music star of the 1960s and 1970s. His rich baritone and emotional delivery won him widespread acclaim. He earned the CMA Male Vocalist of the Year award in 1967. His hit, There Goes My Everything, became a classic of the genre. David Burge. He was born in March 1930 and he died in April 2013. His age was 83 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was heart attack. David Burge was noted concert pianist and composer with a focus on contemporary music. He championed modern composers and premiered many new works. As a teacher and writer, he influenced both performers and audiences. Burge was known for his intellect, clarity, and commitment to musical innovation. Peter Cain Dufalt. He was born in April 1933 and he died in April 2013. His age was 89 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Peter Cain Dufalt was an American poet known for his vivid imagery and social commentary. He was conscientious objector during the Second World War and served as a stretcher-bearer. Dufalt ran for Congress as a Peace and Freedom Party candidate in 1968. His poetry explored politics, nature, and the human condition. Rick Mather. He was born in May 1937 and he died in April 2013. His age was 75 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Rick Mather was a modernist architect known for his sensitive yet contemporary designs in historic settings. He founded Rick Mather Architects in London. Mather's work often emphasized sustainability and natural light. His legacy includes projects across the United Kingdom and the United States. William Algie. He was born in September 1919 and he died in April 2013. His age was 93 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was Alzheimer's disease. William Algie was the longest-serving governor of North Dakota. He led the state from 1961 to 1973 and was pivotal in establishing the Democratic NPL Party as a major political force. A strong advocate for rural development, he also worked on national water policy. Guy's leadership transformed North Dakota politics. Howard Phillips. He was born in February 1941 and he died in April 2013. His age was 72 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was frontotemporal dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Howard Phillips was a staunch conservative who founded the United States Taxpayers Party, later renamed the Constitution Party. He served in multiple Republican administrations before breaking away. Phillips was an advocate for limited government and Christian values. His influence reached many in the Christian right. Paulo Soler. He was born in June 1919 and he died in April 2013. His age was 93 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Paulo Soler was a visionary architect and founder of the concept arcology, blending architecture and ecology. He designed the experimental city Arcosanti in Arizona. Soler's philosophy challenged suburban sprawl. His work inspired generations of green and sustainable designers. Nicholas C. Patus. He was born in February 1923 and he died in March 2013. His age was 90 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Nicholas Patrice was a California state senator who championed mental health reform. He co-authored the Lanterman-Patrice Short Act, which ended indefinite involuntary psychiatric commitments. Patrice also fought for environmental protection and civil liberties. He was respected for his integrity and progressive leadership. Jason Molina. He was born in December 1973 and he died in March 2013. His age was 39 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was organ failure. Jason Molina was an indie rock musician known for his haunting lyrics and soulful voice. He led the band songs Ohio and Magnolia Electric Co. Molina's work often explored themes of loneliness and redemption. His cult following grew posthumously and his music remains deeply influential. Bobby Smith. He was born in April 1936 and he died in March 2013. His age was 76 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was cancer. Bobby Smith was a longtime lead vocalist of the soul group The Spinners. His smooth tenor voice powered hits like I'll Be Around and Could It Be I'm Feeling in Love. Smith was a key figure in 1970s R&B. His contributions shaped the classic soul sound. Pallbearer William Moody. He was born in April 1954 and he died in March 2013. His age was 58 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart attack. William Moody was best known as Pallbearer, the eerie manager of wrestling stars The Undertaker and Cain in WWE. His macabre character, unbearing antics, and signature voice made him a fan favorite. Moody also worked as a professional mortician. His impact on wrestling entertainment was immense. Chinua Achebe. He was born in November 1930 and he died in March 2013. His age was 82 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Chinua Achebe was a Nigerian writer, often called father of African literature. His novel Thing, Fall Apart is a seminal work depicting the clash between traditional African culture and colonialism. Achebe was a strong advocate for African identity and post-colonial politics. His influence stretched worldwide. Joe Weider. He was born in November 1919 and he died in March 2013. His age was 93 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart failure. Joe Weider was a legendary figure in bodybuilding. He co-founded the International Federation of Bodybuilding and Fitness and created Mr. Olympia. Weider published influential fitness magazines like Muscle and Fitness. He helped popularize fitness culture and mentored Arnold Schwarzenegger. Tamilan Anand. He was born in October 1986 and he died in April 2013. His age was 26 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was gunshot wounds. Tamilan Anand was one of the two preparators of the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing. He was born in the Soviet Union and later immigrated to the United States. He became radicalized and, alongside his brother, killed 3 people and injured hundreds. He was killed during a manhunt after the attack. Robert Zildjian. He was born in July 1923 and he died in March 2013. His age was 89 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was cancer. Robert Zildjian was a pioneer in the music industry and founder of Sabian, one of the world's leading cymbal manufacturers. He was originally part of the Zildjian cymbal family before a business split. Zildjian's craftsmanship and business acumen revolutionized percussion. His legacy continues in music worldwide. Bob Teague. He was born in January 1929 and he died in March 2013. His age was 84 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Bob Teague was a pioneering African-American broadcast journalist who spent decades at WNBC television in New York. Known for his calm and clear reporting style, he covered major events including civil rights protests and political campaigns. Teague was among the first black television reporters in the United States. He also authored books on race and media. William H. Jinsburg. He was born in March 1943 and he died in April 2013. His age was 70 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was cancer. William Jinsburg was a well-known trial lawyer who gained national attention as the attorney of Monica Lewinsky. During the Clinton impeachment scandal, he was known for his media presence and candid interviews. Jinsburg had a long career in medical malpractice law. He handled over 300 jury trials. George Beverly Shea. He was born in February 1909 and he died in April 2013. His age was 104 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications following a stroke. George Beverly Shea was a Grammy-winning gospel singer, best known as the musical voice of the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association. He performed before millions worldwide, often starring crusade meetings with hymns. Shea composed and recorded numerous spiritual songs. His deep baritone inspired generations of Christians. Gary L. Lancaster. He was born in August 1949 and he died in April 2013. His age was 63 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart attack. Gary L. Lancaster was a United States District Court judge for Western Pennsylvania, appointed by President Clinton. He became the district's first African-American chief judge. Known for his fairness and professionalism, he handled major civil and criminal cases. His legacy includes promoting diversity in the judiciary. George Horst Capture. He was born in October 1937 and he died in April 2013. His age was 75 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was kidney failure. George Horst Capture was a Gros Ventre tribal elder and anthropologist. He was one of the first Native Americans to serve as a museum curator at Smithsonian. He preserved indigenous culture and oral traditions. His work helped elevate Native American scholarship and identity. Francis Leo Lawrence. He was born in August 1937 and he died in April 2013. His age was 75 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Francis Lawrence was the 18th president of Rutgers University. He led major expansion efforts, increasing research funding and student diversity. Lawrence was a literature scholar before transitioning into administration. His tenure saw the integration of multiple colleges into a unified institution. Clo King. He was born in February 1923 and he died in March 2013. His age was 90 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Clo King was a country music singer and songwriter who rose to fame in the 1960s. His biggest hit, Wolverton Mountain, topped the charts and became a country classic. King also acted in films and continued to perform into his later years. He was a staple of the Nashville scene. Jude McCall. He was born in September 1914 and he died in April 2013. His age was 98 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Jude McCall was a key figure in 20th century Baptist life. He served as president of the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary and was known for modernizing theological education. McCall helped found the Baptist World Alliance and supported racial integration. His leadership shaped evangelical institutions. Reed Flair. Richard Reed Flair. He was born in February 1988 and he died in March 2013. His age was 25 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was drug overdose. Reed Flair was an inspiring professional wrestler and son of wrestling legend Ric Flair. He showed early promise in the ring and trained with notable organizations. His career was cut short by a substance abuse issue. His death was a tragic moment in the wrestling world. Kasa DeLo. He was born in July 1920 and he died in March 2013. His age was 92 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Kasa DeLo was a high-ranking FBI official and close associate of Director J. Edgar Hoover. He played a key role during the Civil Rights era and the JFK assassination investigation. DeLo was instrumental in shaping FBI communications. He later wrote memoirs detailing his career. Ducky Dweiler. He was born in February 1919 and he died in March 2013. His age was 94 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Don Ducky Dweiler was a Major League Baseball player who played briefly for the Boston Braves during the Second World War. After his baseball career, he served in the military and worked in education. Dweiler remained active in sports throughout his life. Gus Triandos. He was born in July 1930 and he died in March 2013. His age was 82 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart failure. Gus Triandos was a Major League Baseball catcher, best known for his time with Baltimore Orioles A strong defensive player, he was four-time All-Star and caught 2 no-hitters. Triandos was one of the premier catchers of the 1950s and early 1960s. He later became a scout and mentor. Bob Turley, he was born in September 1930 and he died in March 2013. His age was 82 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was liver cancer. Bob Turley was a dominant pitcher in the 1950s, earning the C.Y. Young Award. In 1958, with the New York Yankees, he helped lead the Yankees to multiple championships. After retiring, Turley founded success in business. His career exemplified mid-century baseball excellence. Jack Pardee, he was born in April 1936 and he died in April 2013. His age was 76 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was gallbladder cancer. Jack Pardee was a standout NFL linebacker and later a respected football coach. He played for the Rams and the Redskins and coached in the NFL, USFL, and NCAA. Pardee was one of the few to play and coach in both college and pro football. He was known for her offensive innovation. Chuck Fairbanks, he was born in June 1933 and he died in April 2013. His age was 79 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was brain cancer. Chuck Fairbanks was a successful college and NFL coach, leading the Oklahoma Sooners and New England Patriots. He introduced modern defensive strategies and recruited top-tier players. Fairbanks left a significant impact on American football development. Pat Summerall, he was born in May 1930 and he died in April 2013. His age was 82 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was cardiac arrest. Pat Summerall was a beloved voice of American football, covering NFL games for CBS and Fox for decades. He played in the NFL before becoming a broadcaster, known for his calm style and partnership with John Madden. Summerall became a sports media icon. Dave Kokorik, he was born in August 1937 and he died in April 2013. His age was 75 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Dave Kokorik was a tight end in the American Football League during the 1960s, playing for Chargers and others. He was known for his receiving skills and durability. After football, he worked in broadcasting and business. Marian Rushing, he was born in September 1936 and he died in April 2013. His age was 76 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Marian Rushing was a standout linebacker for Southern Illinois and played in the NFL and AFL. He still holds several college-age records. Rushing later became a successful businessman. He was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day.